So avoiding the distractions is by being a minimalist. Avoiding distractions is by avoiding competition. You're not, competing with anyone, because that competition will destroy your focus, will completely take you away from your objective and your focus. Competition is the worst thing, right or wrong, because we're always competing with someone else. Men and women, older and younger, there is always competition between us. But if you're really a stranger or a wayfarer and your target is the Jannah and the pleasure of Allah, beyond the Jannah is your greatest and your ultimate objective, then you're not going to be competing. And once you're not competing, your heart will be liberated from the worst form of captivity. Once you're not competing with people for this life, you're only competing for the pleasure of Allah. And the pleasure of Allah is vast. So, fame and celebrity, popularity, is one thing that we're always... But what is the benefit of popularity? What is the benefit of fame and celebrity? What is the benefit of all of this? Ibn Kathir, rahimahullah, in his book, Tarikh, he mentions that the Sa'id ibn al-Aqra came back to Umar ibn al-Khattab after the Battle of Nahawand. He went back to Umar ibn al-Khattab, and Umar ibn al-Khattab kept on asking him about Mawt al-Muslimin, the dead among the Muslims. And the Sa'id ibn al-Aqra kept on mentioning to him so and so from Ayan al-Nas, Fulan wa Fulan min Ayan al-Nas, so and so and so and so from the most distinguished of the companions of the Prophet ﷺ that were killed in the Battle of Nahawand. And then Sa'id ibn al-Aqra said to Umar ibn al-Khattab, وَغَيْرُهُمْ كَثِيرٌ لَا يَعْرِفُهُمْ أَمِيرُ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ. Keep in mind, remember this. Sa'id ibn al-Aqra said to Umar, and many others, that Amir al-Mu'mineen does not recognize. Umar radiallahu anhu, Amir al-Mu'mineen, does not recognize. So Umar radiallahu anhu, and those are the martyrs of this battle. So Umar radiallahu anhu said, Umar certainly cried first, and he said, وَمَا ضَرَّهُمْ أَلَّا يَعْرِفَهُمْ أَمِيرُ الْمُؤْمِنِينَ إِنْ كَانَ اللَّهُ قَدْ عَرَفَهُمْ وَقَدْ أَكْرَمَهُمْ بِالشَّهَادَةِ فَمَا يَضُرُّهُمْ أَلَّا يَعْرِفَهُمْ عُمَرُ. So Umar radiallahu anhu said, so what harm will befall them if they are not recognized by Amir al-Mu'mineen? If Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala himself recognizes them, and if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gifted them with the shahada, martyred them in his cause. So what benefit it is to be recognized by Umar, or what harm is there in not being recognized by Umar if you're being recognized by Allah? So think about it in this journey. As a traveler, do you want to have the recognition of the people of this town as a stranger in this town? Are you competing for office, for a political office in this town? You're a stranger. You're never going to be able to get to, political office in this town. So it doesn't matter for you. You're here for a certain business. You're not busy looking for recognition here. Can we really do this? That is one of the hardest things. Because you could give up a lot of things. And you could give up, you could be a zahid in the sense of not being so eager for money or being this or that. But this is the hardest thing. That is why Imam al-Zahabi said, آخر ما يخرج من قلوب الصالحين حب الرياسة. The last thing that comes out of the hearts of the good, of the salihin, the righteous people, is the love of leadership. The love of leadership. Because it comes with recognition, it comes with praise and so on. And that is one of the hardest diseases to come out of the heart. But those who really embrace this hadith as a philosophy of life, as a way of life, you embrace this hadith, the meaning of this hadith, you will really not be so thirsty and eager for or hungry for that recognition. As long as you're being recognized by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, people's recognition will not matter to you whatsoever. That is why you will do the right thing at the right time. That will be most pleasing to Allah. Not the thing that will earn you the most recognition. So that is number 3 of what this means. كن في الدنيا كأنك غريب. You have a target. You don't waste time. You don't get distracted. And lastly, this hadith is it's not about being a nihilist. It is not about abandonment of the dunya. Because you could say that, you could, hear some people talk about zuhd and all of these concepts as detrimental to civilization in the sense that it will basically keep you away from good works that are essential for progress, development, the well-being of humanity. This hadith is not about this. This hadith is about complete commitment to your role in the society without wanting the recognition from the society, but wanting it from Allah. So when you are committed, like Salman said, and the Prophet ﷺ commended him for this statement, إِنَّ لِبَدَنِكَ عَلَيْكَ حَقًّا وَلِأَهْلِكَ عَلَيْكَ حَقًّا وَلِضَيْفِكَ عَلَيْكَ حَقًّا وَلِرَبِّكَ عَلَيْكَ حَقًّا فَأَعْطِ كُلَّ ذِي حَقٍّ حَقًّا. Your body has rights on you, and your family has rights on you, and your guests have rights on you, and your Lord has rights on you. So give everyone their due rights. That is what you should do. So it is not like you're going to basically lay back and relax and not honor your commitments and not work for your family and for the betterment not only of your family but the betterment of your society and the betterment of your nation. You're doing all of this work but seeking the reward from Allah and from Allah alone. And you're not seeking recognition from the people. The people's recognition does not matter. Is that really destructive to any civilization, or is that like a civilization builder? Because it will be a civilization of virtue, not only a civilization of material progress and material development, but it is a civilization of that as well as virtue and morality. Then that is how we think of this hadith. It is positive. It's a positive force for civilization. It is certainly a positive force for civilization. It means that you do work hard, but you seek the reward from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Tirmidhi said, and keep in mind, that once you really embrace this hadith, you will really have a good life. Because the only way you will have this interest, the only way you can enjoy your life is to have this interest in life. That's the only way people could really, really, truly enjoy their life.